Hello, everyone. Welcome to our English Learning Podcast. I am your host, Mr. J. I hope you are having a wonderful day and are ready to improve your English skills with us.
And I'm May. Hi, Mr. J. I am so excited for today's lesson. I've been waiting all week to talk about this topic because, to be honest, I think I make a lot of mistakes with this one.
Well, May, that is actually a perfect way to start. You said you make mistakes, and today we are going to learn all about that very special word, make.
It sounds so simple, right? M-A-K-E. Only 4 letters. But every time I try to speak, I stop and think, should I say make or should I say do? It's so confusing.
You are not alone, May. Many students at the A2 and B1 levels feel exactly the same way. The word make is one of the most common verbs in English, but it has many different uses. If you learn how to use it correctly, your English will sound much more natural and professional.
I want to sound professional and natural. So, listeners, if you want to learn with us, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. It really helps us create more lessons for you.
Yes, thank you for the support. Now, let's dive into our first rule. Generally, we use make when we are creating, building, or producing something new. Think about the result. If there is a physical object at the end that wasn't there before, we usually use make.
Okay, so like building a house or making a birdhouse in the garden?
Exactly. But we use it most often with food and drinks. May, what did you have for breakfast this morning?
Let me think. Oh, I made some toast and I made a big cup of coffee. Oh, I used the word.
Perfect. You made toast and you made coffee. You produced them. You didn't do coffee unless you were talking about doing the dishes afterward, but that's a different story for another day.
I definitely don't like doing the dishes, but I love making breakfast. So we use make for food, like I will make dinner tonight, or my mom makes the best chocolate cake.
Precisely. It's all about the process of creating something. We also use it for producing a reaction or a sound. For example, if I tell a joke and you laugh, I made you laugh. Or if a baby is sleeping, we say, don't make a noise.
Oh, I see. So it's not just about physical things like cake or coffee. It's also about the result of an action. If I scream, I make a sound. If I cry during a sad movie, the movie makes me sad.
Spot on, May. You're a natural. We use make to describe how something or someone causes an emotion or a physical change. The sun makes me feel warm. This song makes me feel happy.
This is starting to make sense now. See, I used it again. It makes sense.
You are on a roll today. It makes sense is one of the most important expressions. It means something is easy to understand or logical. Now, before we move on to the next part, let's think about how we use make for plans and decisions.
Oh, like make a plan?
Yes, exactly. When we decide to do something in the future, we make a plan or make an appointment. If you need to see a doctor, you call the office to make an appointment. You are creating a spot in their calendar.
That is very helpful, Mr. J. I used to say do an appointment, but make an appointment sounds much better. What about when I can't decide between 2 things?
Then you need to make a choice or make a decision.
Okay, I think I'm ready to learn more. I've made a decision to become a make expert today.
That's the spirit, May.
Thanks. I'm really trying. So, Mr. J, what else can we make? I heard people say it when they talk about money. Is that right? Like making $1 million?
That is everyone's dream, isn't it? Yes, we use make when we talk about earning money or profit. For example, he makes a good salary, or the company made a profit last year.
Oh, I see. In my language, we sometimes say win money, but in English, if I work for it, I make it.
Exactly. You win the lottery, but you make money at your job. It's about the effort you put in to produce that income. Now, let's talk about something we all do, even if we don't want to.
Is it making mistakes, like I said at the beginning?
Yes, this is a very common one for students. You should never do a mistake. You always make a mistake. It's part of the learning process.
That makes me feel better. I will make mistakes, and that's okay. But wait, what about talking? I know we say speak or talk, but are there make expressions for communication too?
Definitely. This is a big category. When you use your phone, you make a phone call. If you have a great idea in a meeting, you make a suggestion.
Oh, and if I'm unhappy with my food at a restaurant, do I make a complaint?
Yes, you do. Hopefully you don't have to do that often. But if the food is cold, you make a complaint to the waiter. And if you are late for a meeting because of traffic, you might make an excuse.
I've made a lot of excuses for being late before. The bus was late, or I couldn't find my keys.
We've all been there, May. Just remember, whether it's a phone call, a suggestion, a complaint, or an excuse, these are all things you produce with your voice. So we use make.
This is so helpful. So to recap what we have so far, we make things we can touch, like food, we make money, we make mistakes, and we make sounds or communication.
You've got it. There is one more important make for communication, making a promise. When you tell someone you will definitely do something, you are making a promise.
I make a promise to our listeners that they will be make experts by the end of this episode. But, Mr. J, I sometimes hear make used with people, like you make me happy. We talked about emotions before, but what about actions?
Great question. We use make followed by a person and then a verb to show that someone is forcing or causing another person to do something. For example, my boss makes me stay late on Fridays.
Oh, so it's like force, like my mom made me clean my room when I was a kid.
Exactly. It's not always about force, though. It can just be about influence. The sad movie made me cry. The movie didn't hold a gun to your head, but it caused the action of crying.
I understand. It's about cause and effect. You make me want to study harder, Mr. J.
I am very glad to hear that, May. Now, how about we see all these rules in a real-life situation?
I would love that. Let's do it. Listeners, pay close attention to how many times we use make in this conversation. Are you ready, Mr. J?
I am ready. Let's pretend we are co-workers at an office, and we are planning a small surprise lunch for our boss's birthday. I'll start. Hey, May, do you have a minute? We need to make a decision about the boss's birthday lunch for tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. I almost forgot. We really need to make a plan. Should we order food or should we make something ourselves?
Well, I think it's better to order. If I try to cook, I might make a mess in the office kitchen.
Good point. Okay, let's make a list of what we need. We need pizza, some salad, and definitely a cake.
Great. Can you make a phone call to that Italian restaurant down the street? I think they make the best pepperoni pizza in town.
I can do that. But wait, did we make a mistake about the time? I thought the meeting was at 1 p.m., so we should eat at 12 p.m.
You're right. Let me make a suggestion. Let's tell everyone to be in the break room by 11:45 a.m. That way, we can yell surprise when she walks in.
Perfect. That will make her so happy. She loves surprises.
I hope so. Last year, the loud music made her jump because she was so shocked.
Well, I make a promise to keep the music at a medium volume this time. I'll go make the reservation now.
And scene. How was that, May?
That was fun. I counted so many makes. Let's see. We had make a decision, make a plan, make a mess, and even make a list.
Don't forget, make a phone call and make a suggestion.
Oh, and one of my favorites, make her jump. It shows how the sound caused a physical reaction.
Exactly. And notice how natural those phrases sound. We don't do a phone call, we make a phone call. We don't do a list, we make a list.
It's like these words are best friends. They always go together.
That is a great way to put it. In English, we call those collocations. They're words that naturally live together. Learning these pairs is the fastest way to improve your English.
It feels much more confident now. I'm starting to see a pattern. If I am creating something, even if it's just a list on a piece of paper or a sound in the air, I should probably use make.
That is a very solid rule of thumb for an intermediate learner. You're doing a great job, May.
Aw, thanks, Mr. J. I'm so happy I didn't make a fool of myself today. I really feel like I understand this word much better now.
You didn't make a fool of yourself at all. You made a great effort, and it shows. Before we finish, let's quickly recap the main ways we use make, so our listeners can remember them easily.
Good idea. Okay, let me try first. Rule 1. We use make for food and drinks, like making a sandwich or making tea. Rule 2. We use it for creating or building something, like making a list, making a mess, or making a birdhouse. Rule 3. We use it for money, like making a profit or making a salary.
Excellent. And don't forget the more invisible things. Rule 4, communication and sounds, making a phone call, making a noise, or making a promise. Rule 5, plans and decisions, making a choice, making an appointment, or making an excuse. Rule 6, causes and effects, making someone laugh, making someone angry, or a movie making you cry.
And the most important one for all of us learners, Rule 7, making mistakes. It's okay to do it as long as you keep practicing.
Exactly. Mistakes are just proof that you were trying. Well, we have reached the end of our 20-minute lesson. We hope this helps you feel more comfortable using make in your daily conversations.
We really do. And before you go, we have a question for you to answer in the comments section below.
That's right. Our question today is, what is something that always makes you happy? Is it a song, a specific food, or perhaps spending time with friends?
Oh, I love that. For me, a hot cup of cocoa always makes me happy. Listeners, let us know your answers using the word make.
We can't wait to read your comments. Thank you for joining us today. Keep practicing, and we will see you in the next lesson.
Bye, everyone. Happy learning.